Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to MintingM, where we are trying to cover the potential projects, originating from India, trying to solve, one of the existing problems or the problems that we see in centralized world, taking it to a decentralized way. So we have a project called as Arcana that we'll be covering, and we have Mayur Relekar, who is founder and CEO of Arcana, and they are into decentralized cloud storage. That is what I can say. So this is the introduction about Mayur. That's what I can say. But we would like to hear it from you, Mayur. So just introduce yourself and just walk us through what Arcana is for our viewers.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks, Jitesh, for firstly having me here. So, I'm Mayur. I'm the founder and CEO of Arcana. And at Arcana, like our simplest pitch is that we are building a set of decentralized services for developers to allow them to build more secure and privacy-preserving apps.
Okay.
And so we have a suite, or we like to call it a stack of decentralized services, which essentially cuts across things like, non-custodial key management, end-to-end encryption primitives, identity and access management, and finally at the base we have decentralized storage. So yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so just to get an hang of what is the size of the industry where you are catering to. I mean to say, if you talk about cloud storage, so it's somewhere at around $100 billion or so. So, but in decentralized or in blockchain space, what do you think is the size of the industry and the growth?
Yeah, I mean, like you rightly said, the cloud storage market is at about almost around $100 billion today, set to grow to about $150 billion in the near future. And this is in the traditional space, right? That's where all the activity is happening. And you have the big three players there, which is essentially Google, Microsoft, and AWS operating in that space, with majority market share. And if you kind of take storage itself, then of course we have a bunch of incumbents in the Web3 space. You're looking at the likes of, say, of course, Filecoin and Arweave, Saya, and a bunch of other players. But just to kind of take a couple of steps back, we actually operate in multiple markets. Storage is indeed like the largest market, but at the same time we are looking at other markets like the key management and encryption market. So if you look at Web3 comparatives, then we are talking about guys like NewCipher, and we also kind of operate in the identity market also in some senses. So we would be comparable to even projects like say Civic, or maybe even Ontology, some of these other players. So if you had to kind of very crudely define what Arcana is doing, so it would be like a combination of, say, NewCipher and, say, Civic, and perhaps a Filecoin.
Okay, that's interesting. So you are catering to not only storage but a lot of associated industries in a decentralized manner. That's amazing. So just would like to know probably some more details and depth. As we compare, or we can say there are projects like Filecoin or Sia Coin, working into similar industry or similar line of business. So how are we different than them, and what I guess competitive advantages according to you? Something that is a USP of Arcana or something like that.
Yeah. So I think our main differentiator is going to be like our approach to our customers, which would be developers. And so we are targeting, solo developers, small teams and startups, and even, large enterprises. in the Web3 and Web2 space. So I think just the fact that we are focusing on usability and user experience, there are some trade-offs that we're making, but the point remains that we want to build something that is usable today. And we're very pragmatic about that sort of stuff. And the other important bit is perhaps that we are taking like a platform approach as opposed to a protocol approach. So you could look at the likes of say Arweave and say Filecoin, and these are mostly infrastructure as a service. So they just want to be at like the infra layer and not really expose like very user friendly tools for developers or developer friendly tools. We want to actually kind of provide developers with the full stack. So if you think about it, we have taken a subset of services that AWS offers and decentralizing all of them. So AWS already offers stuff around key management, around IAM or identity and access management, and of course storage with AWS S3. And usually what happens is when a developer goes to AWS, he or she will end up like picking AWS for whatever reasons, and they're kind of like locked in because they get everything under one umbrella, right? So unless there is some absolutely explicit need to use another platform, no one really uses mix and matches. So, and this is a bigger problem that kind of gets compounded in the Web3 world, because if you wanted to use say different things like say NewCipher and Civic and Filecoin to kind of achieve what we provide, you have to kind of end up owning NewCipher tokens, Civic tokens, and also Filecoin tokens, and all of these prices could be at various levels depending on how market movements are. And as developers, you don't have any sort of predictability in terms of how much is something going to cost me over say a 6-month time horizon or a 1 year and things like that. And I think one of the biggest issues which we also kind of solve in a slightly novel way with our token model is that we try and make sure that developers don't end up becoming traders, right?
Yeah.
So a developer shouldn't have to sit and figure out when is the right time to buy Filecoin tokens and use that to buy storage and things like that. They should just focus on whatever it is that they have to do, and this is the kind of experience they have with the Web2 world, right? With AWS and things like that. Things are very predictable. They know exactly what they're getting into. They can make simple payments with just their credit card. And so there are no regulatory or legal hassles. So we kind of solve all of this. We are very close to like being like appearing very Web2-like in our sort of user interfaces and ease of use. And we want to bring that to the Web3 world. And people who want to develop applications in this space, we want to be able to cater to them.
Okay, so that's quite interesting. So just trying to understand into AWS and all, whoever wants to go for the storage, so it is all dealt in fiat. And likewise, when we talk about having all this set of services into blockchain or decentralized manner, so we have to opt for probably Filecoin and Coin or Arweave for that matter, or Civic for that matter. So when you give all of these services in your what I can say offering or in your project, which tries to solve, so what I can say, it is aggregation or one-stop solution for the developers for developing dApps. So how do you take care of that volatility? I mean to say, as you rightly said, developer need not uses bandwidth on timing the market and where Filecoin is trading and things like that. So how do we exactly transact in terms of Arcana network addressing this space?
Developers on Arcana will be able to kind of pay like a fixed fee in a pay-as-you-go model. So depending on how much resources you consume from the network, you pay a certain fee. And this fee can be paid on a monthly basis using either your credit card or some stable coin, right? So,
okay, cool. So you accept a stable coin, crypto, also fiat.
Yeah. So at least for the foreseeable future, we will not require anyone to use Arcana tokens to pay for services. And this kind of fits into like our token model, which where we can, even though we are charging like a fixed fee, value accrual into the token itself is not going to be like fixed or stable. So the Arcana token won't be stable. It'll accrue value as the platform grows. That is, the more revenues come in, the greater the value of the token. And primarily, so I can go into more details about what happens later, but it might, that'll run into like a few hours itself. But just to give you a gist, the Arcana token is essentially going to be a governance token. And it is also going to be used as a means to bring economic security to our blockchain. We have our own self-sovereign blockchain with our own set of validators. So, and it's going to be a delegated proof of stake chain. So token holders can basically, use their tokens to stake against any validator, boost the economic security of the network, and in return get staking rewards. And then finally, it is used as a means to kind of pay out service providers on the network. Like, for example, the people who will run our storage nodes, and there are a couple of other actors who are providing services to be able to kind of pay them out. So these are the three major use cases of the Arcana token. But payments, we want predictability for the developer, so which is why we are saying stable coin or fiat.
Oh, cool. Okay, that answers my question. It's clear. So the next question that I can think of right now, following this conversation, is that the decentralized apps that are being created on blockchains. So is it specific to some blockchain that you guys cater to, or it is throughout all the blockchain spaces, like Ethereum specific or something like that?
Yeah. So to start out with, we are going to be focused on EVM compatible dApps building on EVM compatible chains. So dApps building on Ethereum, Polygon, and Binance Smart Chain, Cartesi, couple of other some of these other chains. But and this is just to be able to kind of focus and make sure we deliver on the promise of the product. And also because EVM compatible chains see the most activity in terms of development and
yes.
So, but of course, in the future we intend to kind of be able to cater to all kinds of dApps being built on any L1 or any L2. Shouldn't matter, because we are our own chain, and we also want to get to a point where we can start catering to Web2 also. So traditional applications, because of the fact that nobody needs to hold our token to kind of interact with the network, makes it very easy for like a person building in the traditional Web2 space to be able to kind of use our the benefits of our platform, even though all of it is decentralized, but it's all abstracted away. So for them, it's just like interacting with any other sort of data management platform. So yeah.
I see. Okay, interesting. Now, I got an overview of exactly what Arcana does, and I think our viewers will also get a fair bit of idea of what you guys do now. Let us talk about the challenges. Okay, so can you just tell us what were the challenges in building Arcana? As we know that it's really difficult to find a good blockchain developer and to have that team supporting that vision of an entrepreneur that you had once, and now you are working towards it, and you have taken Arcana to a different level altogether where it is functioning and things like that. So challenges in terms of finding talent, also funding, taking care of the project for 1, 2, 3 years and things like that. So if you can throw some light in that direction, probably It'll be really good.
Yeah, I mean, we've had like a pretty tough journey, if I may say so. So we launched I actually started working on the idea of building decentralized commodity storage in 2018. And it was in 2019 that I actually formally started this company called Newfang, which we then have rebranded to Arcana. And we just wanted to do basic, decentralized storage, just commodity storage, nothing.
This was in year
2019.
2019. Okay.
So in the middle of 2019 is when we started, and in October of 2019 we even launched our platform because we had done a lot of homework right from 2018, right? Mm-hmm. So we were able to launch very quickly, but that's when we realized that most of the dApps that existed. So firstly, we had overestimated the number of dApps that had money and could pay us for our platform, and then we also, while speaking to all of these dApps and the people building them, we realized that they were all very comfortable centralizing their storage in exchange for the free credits they got from GCP or Amazon or Azure, and we felt like that it's just this plain Jane decentralized storage market is not going to be one where we can operate, because you will then have to compete with incumbents on things like just pure performance and most importantly costs, right? So competing with the likes of say AWS, etc., in the centralized space, and then someone with say Filecoin with their massive deep pockets in the decentralized space is really not something that we could have done as just a small team of 4 people back in 2019. And in 2019 and early 2020 was also peak bear market. So we had a tough ride. We built through the bear market. We pivoted multiple times and till finally arriving at this value proposition for Arcana. And we built through one bear market. Now seemingly we are building through another bear market right now. I mean, presuming you call this a bear market, right? It depends who you talk to.
Yeah. Correct.
So for us, it's it's always been about the long-term goal. It's something that we've aligned ourselves to, and it's like the Web3 world, a decentralized world, is what we see the future heading to. And we've kind of scraped our way through all of this. We've not really we raised some small money. I raised some small money from family and friends to start out with, and then we ran out of that. Then we raised some more money from some other family and friends back in 2020, and then we were able to kind of sustain ourselves. And then in end of 2020, early 2021 is when the tide started to turn. Of course, bull market was in its absolute prime, and we got a lot of offers to kind of with our new value proposition for funding and things like that. But we wanted to make sure that we kind of get people who will stay with us for the long term and align with our long-term vision. So to a lot of people, we could have closed our entire fundraising round back in January or February itself, but we've been very deliberate. We spent so much time, might as well spend some more and be absolutely right and do things the right way. So yeah, so we've, in fact, in terms of fundraising, we've just closed a small seed round again. But we wanted to make sure that we focused on individuals, and we got we wanted to get very high quality guys who truly believe in what we are doing, and they will help us and guide us through this process and help us go to the next level, whether it is to do with further fundraising or marketing our product, positioning it, getting access to the right set of partners, to all those sorts of things. So we just closed that round, and I'm very happy to say that we got a bunch of very, very, like some of the top guys in the crypto space. And we're super delighted that we have them. And even for us, it's not really about, we could have raised much more money, but we didn't really want to. We just want to get like quality guys cutting us personal checks and committing to our long-term vision. So yeah.
So they understand what you do, and probably they are also part of blockchain space, and you are really choosy in getting your what I can say shareholders, so that you can also get the funding. Funding is not a problem at all for a project like you, quality project like you, solving one of the niche problems. But also that mentorship or strategic guidance that we get from these investors is what a project looks after for. So I understand the confidentiality part, that you're backed by a good investor. So I wish and hope that our viewers could know the name, but yes, they will certainly over a period of time come to know that who are backing you guys and things like that.
Yeah, we actually have like a press release coming out very shortly.
Okay.
In the next, I think sometime middle of next week, hopefully, or end of next week.
Okay.
It should be out. On some of like the bigger publications. So this will, like, everyone will know the kind of people that are backing us. And yeah, since we closed our round, and then we're back in build mode. Lots of development roadmaps milestones to hit. So we've been working on that right now. So yeah.
Okay, amazing. Yeah, and also I would like to highlight this point, that as you rightly said, you guys started in 2019 or 2020, so it was a bear market, and right now market is tanking, and people may call it a bear market or bull market. But the thing is that whoever survives this, maybe the project or an individual investor, whoever survives this phase, sees the light on the other side of the tunnel. And certainly you guys are sailing this rough patch, sailed the rough patch of 2019, and survived, and probably tomorrow you may become investors favorite or the industry favorite projects, like something what we saw with Matic going bonkers, WazirX, Indian project again. And there are a lot of Indian projects probably trying to solve the problems and eradicate the dependency that we have on the centralized business entities, like we have Google, Facebook, Amazon, and things like that. So all the power is mushroomed towards some fixed entity of people. So in a decentralized way, probably that is the solution. So a very curious question from my side personally: are you guys planning for a IDO or something like that in your future? What are your plans and roadmap for that?
No, yeah, absolutely. This is something that we will be doing. There will be multiple sorts of like opportunities for. We of course want wide distribution of the token. So we have some things planned to ensure as wide a distribution as possible. And one of them is, of course, like a public IDO. The size and scale of it is still something we are yet to determine. And this is primarily down to figuring out market conditions when we are ready to kind of bring this out there. So, but yeah, we are anticipating it perhaps somewhere end of this year, early next year.
Okay, so through centralized and decentralized exchanges.
So yeah, it's again something that we'll kind of try and take a call on. A lot of things have to fall into place. We have some big ideas and big plans. So hopefully we can make it happen.
Yeah. So we wish you all the best. And here's the man, Mayur Relekar, behind Arcana, sharing his knowledge and plans and the roadmap ahead. So I'll personally, what I can say, vouch for them and say that, watch out for this space, follow these guys. They're doing amazing work. And Mayur, if you can, share some of the, what I can say, Twitter handle or the social media channels where, the audience can follow you and keep track of the progress and the development that you guys are doing, it will be amazing.
Absolutely, man. So we are actually in fact due to launch our testnet shortly. So maybe like about a month or 6 weeks away. And we're fully gearing up for that, and we're going to launch that with for our community, and we're going to start a lot of outreach for developers and just the ecosystem in general. And people can find us at arcana.network. That's our website. And also our Twitter handle is just Arcana Network. We are also on Telegram. So yeah, you guys can reach out, ask us any sort of questions. We are the ones currently answering all of them. So feel free to ask me or ask anyone from the team any questions. I'm also available on Twitter. You can just look me up, and my DMs are always open. So anything, we're constantly looking to either hire people or engage with people that can bring value to Arcana, or people that would like to build with Arcana itself. So happy to engage. Yes, thanks.
Cool, sounds good. So we'll also try to include part of this information into the description, so that people can follow you on your social media channels or Twitter or your website and things like that, and stay updated with the developments that are happening at your end. Okay. So thank you very much for your time, and all the best for you and your team. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Jitesh.
Thank you. Thank you.